How do you
Ooh.
create a successful restaurant?
It was either close down because we wasn't making no money or figure it out. I was feeding the military at the Fort Worth Naval Air Station. Have that faith that I'm going to get it done. I suffer from macular degeneration. It was very stressful. It was nothing easy. It was a lot of hard times. It was terrible. We fall down, but we do get up again. And you better believe it. I feel like a blind man. I ain't scared. Unstoppable blind man. Because I don't take no for an answer. At the end of the day, I'm unfazed.
I'm unfazed.
I'm unfazed. I'm unfazed, yeah. I'm unfazed. I'm unfazed, yeah. I'm unfazed. I'm unfazed, yeah. Finna stack this paper. I'm unfazed.
Yo. We got the $1 million entrepreneur, restaurant owner, government contracts,
Say that,
Chicago, Detroit, the man of the hour, and most importantly, my uncle,
Come on now.
my cousin, one of my best friends. Man, how you doing, Alv?
I'm doing pretty good.
Alv in the building.
Alv is in the building.
Big Al.
Alv in the building. Andy Mine in the building.
Shout out to your boy.
Man, we don't want to waste any time. We're here because you have a story that is a great story. You have an amazing story. You have a success story. You have a literally out the mud to rags to riches type story. So I want to ask you, the main thing I want to ask you right now is, with everything that you have succeeded in life, what do you feel like is some advice that you can give to everybody that's just trying to go from rags to riches, especially in the economy? We were just watching the Kamala Harris speaking and everything like that. But what was your advice to these people, everyone that wants to get to where you are? How do you get there?
That's a good question.
Come on now.
Appreciate the question.
Yeah.
I'm bleeding into the mic on him.
Well, that's our favorite word, So I had to start it off with,
You got to start.
just let everybody know. I know.
Yeah.
Really, everyone know.
Yeah.
But it's just how you walk it. It's how you live it. It's pretty much, life.
Yeah.
It's no magical switch to turn it on or to turn it off. I could tell you my background. I have a lot of faith. As a kid, growing up without having anything, I went to church and I sowed my seeds at an early age in life. I was the young kid that lived on a block, poor.
Yeah.
Didn't have new clothes or anything to change into on a daily basis. So, sometimes I had to go to school wearing the same rags every day. And I didn't realize when I was in elementary that was something bad.
Yeah.
I just didn't know no better.
That was normal.
So I pretty much, I learned a lot from that church that I went to, So I got a lot of wisdom from church. I sowed a lot of seeds at the church. I'll tell you a story. I went, y'all gonna like the story, by the way.
Talk to me.
So it was wintertime in this city called Grand Rapids, Michigan, where I grew up at. And in Grand Rapids, Michigan, one day it was just the worst storm,
Oh, yeah.
I'm being funny with the thing, but I'm going to stop there. But you got to have fun when you're doing this stuff. But, you tell the same story, too.
Yeah.
That might be the little niche.
That might be. Come on.
We had a blizzard in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I walked to the church, I'm going to say about a little over 5 miles.
Wow.
Hey.
In some church shoes.
Wow.
I didn't know no better.
I'm watch out for that slushy.
In a blizzard.
Slushy stuff.
In a blizzard. Wow.
I ain't know no better, though.
What had to
I just had to get there, and I just had that, burning fire on the inside, because in my brain, I knew that is not what I wanted to do forever. When I walked past homes, I said, that was a very nice home. Wow. I wish one day I could have that. I have cars going past me, splashing mud, water, snow. Shh.
Yeah. But you just had to.
And I'm trying to get to the church. I'm trying to get to the church.
Yeah.
I had my, triple fat goose. If anybody know about that, anybody
now.
know about triple
Taking
fat?
them back.
So back in the day, had triple fat goose on, trying to stay warm,
right.
And I made it, and it was so much snow that morning, and my pastor was older. My pastor, he was in his 80s at that time, and I grew up in a holiness church. So the saints is going to come out anyway, because I'm a saint. So it has stopped me. So dealing with that didn't stop me. Wow. Not even the storm.
Wow.
I didn't have no transportation. I didn't have no car. Of course, I couldn't ride a bicycle to church.
Yeah.
But that was the thing that I looked forward to, and I did it. And I sold the seed at the church house, the whole church parking lot was about a little over 1 feet of snow.
Wow. I
was looking forward to have service that morning. And I'm like, we don't need to cancel service, Pastor. We gotta, we here now.
Gotta get the good word.
And our elders, they not gonna go out there. That's not right for them to go out there and shovel the snow, and not even a snow truck, the snow plow truck never showed up.
Yeah,
that's just how bad it was. We shovel snow for a living, though, for to be on the grind.
Come on.
I didn't shovel
At that time, I was so small, and I was on the grind and didn't even know. I was going next door back in them days and knocking door to door and saying, hey, I'll shovel your snow for $1.
Miss Johnson, can I shovel your yard, Miss Johnson?
Exactly.
Miss Johnson.
Yeah. Exactly. But I didn't know that I was putting in work. At that time, I was young. I was putting in work. So that's a prime example. So to wrap that story up, pretty much I got the snow shoveled, and the parking lot got full. All the saints came in to worship in the morning time.
Wow.
And we had a great service. It was just like, man, it was just a great, magical, good, sanctified service. Woo!
Going from that, everything you were kind of telling me, like hand-me-down clothes, walking in the blizzard to get to church because your life was so faith-based at the time. How do you go from that to entrepreneurship?
Right.
And where did you find
the fuel and the fire?
Entrepreneurship. And I know you said you were shoveling the snow and doing all that, and you had the discipline to do that, but where did that mindset change over to, I'm going to put this faith and this discipline into entrepreneurship? Because now, how many businesses do you have?
Was that the start?
3
businesses right now.
Before we even get going more into it, shout the businesses out right now. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I need to tap into the food one already. But for those of y'all who don't know, you know what I'm saying, what this man's representing, go ahead, put yourself on the map real quick.
Well, pretty much right now, it's been a long time. That's like years of wisdom I'm telling y'all right now. But here as a 2024, McClurge Enterprises I created.
Yes, sir.
So started with McClurge Enterprises. Pretty much that's a business that I have government contracts, and pretty much I retired from that main government contract, having a convenience store in a federal building. So pretty much I gave a service to the United States courthouse for about good 15 years. Wow. Since I moved here to Dallas, Texas. So that was a huge thing.
They could have used them in DNC today. I'm just saying. Come on now. You set that back up.
Yeah, so, you know, I did that. I had a passport business. I had a lot of different people from all walks of life that God blessed me to walk and come into my business, you know, that need a passport. You can't avoid a passport. You know, when Erykah Badu walked in the door, her and her daughter needed a passport, and they had to come see me to get it in order to leave out of the town.
Yeah.
But they didn't have no clue of, you know, who business that they were coming to.
Yeah.
You know, I have employees, and I'm really behind the scenes, but I'm really hands-on as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I done that with the convenience store.
Was that the first business?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
That's it.
What popped it off?
Yes, that popped it off right along with the vending.
Wow. Okay.
So it all goes into one.
You say vending, like vending. We talking about vending machines.
We're talking about vending machines.
See,
you know,
that's
we
a
all
business.
need
I'm
our
finna get into
snacks.
that now.
You know,
I'm
we
finna
need
get
our
into
snacks, right?
Now, so quick side question, because I just want to see how the market has changed. Back when you was doing the vending machine thing, what would a vending machine go for? Because I'm finna. I don't know if I told you that, but I'm finna jump into that business. I just feel like it's some good money there. But them joints, like, they up there now, like
Yeah.
4,000, 5,000 for a machine.
You've been
I got a
doing
little
your
hookup.
research.
I got a little hookup for. I'm gonna get one for the still, but I can't let y'all in on that. But yeah. I'm just
You've been doing your
curious.
research.
Hey,
You've been doing your research.
You know that.
So you already said the
You know what I'm
answer.
saying? Yeah. I'm young
You know,
man
but
in hospitality.
You always can look into other avenues if you don't want to go to the route to getting the vending machine that's brand new for the 5 to 6 to even 10,000.
Yeah.
You can go to the route of getting the vending machine for, you know, a refurbished vending machine or a used vending machine, or it's a lot of businesses that went out of business.
Yep.
So you can use that and go, you know, help save them because they ready to go. You got people that's ready to retire, you know, so
That's how I'm finna get mine.
we need people to
I'm
step
sending
up these days,
Yeah.
you know.
Them boomers.
Yeah, you got to step up these days because, you know, people have to retire, and, you know, it could be the right time at the right place, and just do your research. Look, you know, get online, go on.
What was the going price when you got yours? When you got the first
Well, my
machine?
vending machines, they all was different prices from anywhere from 2,000 all the way to like 5,000.
So they been up there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they was like maybe 400-500 back in the day. I'm like,
Nah, that ain't gonna
I
happen.
ain't gonna grab some of them.
Not in America.
Right, everybody need their money work.
That's right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you started in the convenience, passports,
Yeah.
and everything like
Passport photos, convenience store, and
But I
also I
guess,
start
yeah.
cooking on government property too.
that. There we go.
So really, I start cooking at home.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll make that clear.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And I was able to just take off and run with it at the federal building because I already had it down packed. So I just took the opportunity to just start cooking there.
Now, were you
and it
just
was
bringing
great.
food up there, or you was
No,
like,
I had a
the kitchen?
full-fledged cafeteria
Yes,
there,
sir.
and that was Southern Eats as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I got harassed for a little bit, you know, once I stopped the Southern Eats on the government property.
Man, what
once
are you
that
getting, man?
contract
What are you
stopped,
getting?
you know, you're walking down the hallways and everybody like, well, when is it going to open? I'm like, what are they talking about? When is it going to open? I'm like, when what go open? The Southern Eats. I mean, I can't help that the government contract is closed, but
They
Yeah.
said, so we just supposed to starve. So we just supposed to starve because y'all got the contract out of pocket.
right. So dealing with all that, you know, long story said, I finally opened up the Southern Eats in public. So Southern Eats got opened back in 2019, to be exact,
Pre-COVID.
pre-COVID.
Come on now.
So this could spiral out to a whole nother conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But did no one know COVID was coming?
Thanks.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
None of us in this room
Nope.
knew that
How
that
did
was
you-
going to happen.
How did you overcome that adversity? Because you're still here after COVID. I know COVID too, by starting your business was new. So how did that kind of like, how did you adjust to that?
I had to make some adjustments, and pretty much, I'll tell y'all.
Come on.
So my restaurant, when we first opened, had a full bar.
Mhm.
So we served everything under the sun. We had to be able to compete, you
Mhm.
know. So, hey, we had a bar. And during COVID, no one was able to come in restaurants anymore. So the government stopped, you know, they had the 10% only. You know, you ain't going to make money off that. You can't survive off 10% customers coming in the restaurant.
Mhm.
And then it moved from 10, it was jumping around to 10 to 30 to 50, you know, depending on the COVID numbers and all that. So I said, I got to get on this to-go thing, you know. So I had to literally close my restaurant down for about a month. And I said, I got a drive-through window there. Look at God. Look at that window there. Look at God.
Yeah.
It was a drive-through window there that was not being used, and I'm like, wow, I need to turn this drive-through window to something. So what I did, I remodeled the restaurant and put a whole daiquiri frozen drink concept added during COVID. That's how that whole daiquiri frozen margaritas came to Southern Eats.
Wow.
Okay.
We
history.
cut. I had a choice. It was either close down because we wasn't making no money, or figure it out. So it was very stressful. You know, it was nothing easy. It was a lot of hard times. It was terrible. But pretty much I did the daiquiris. I even had you there.
Yeah.
We sat
We named
there
them.
playing around with names and. And we had fun.
What
with
names
it.
we come up with? Because, you know,
The
I still ain't been
Southern
yet.
Stunner.
Southern
Ooh.
Stunner. What about that Caribbean Fix?
Caribbean Fix. Yeah.
Come on now. These sound like something now.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm going to be through there. Look, matter of fact, I'm setting it up on the agenda. I'm coming through.
That liquid marijuana,
Liquid marijuana.
That's always good.
Come
It's
on.
always good.
octane,
Octane.
hurricane.
Come on. All of them.
Get the swirl with the peach and the pina colada.
Yeah, all that.
Get your mango. You know,
All
we
that.
got all the flavors.
all that.
So, you know, that and don't let me forget the Punisher.
The Punisher, yeah.
Yeah.
These sound like a bunch
Punisher.
of wrestling moves.
These are. These are.
The stunner.
These are.
Punished.
These are. So I guess,
You have that, you'll be literally ready to
yeah, you'll be ready
You
to
drink one of these
good
and you
and
might
have a great
tombstone
day.
pile drive
Yeah,
somebody.
you might RKO somebody for real.
Yeah,
exactly.
Watch out, watch out.
You just go feel good afterwards. You
Yeah.
know, one thing that I could say, you know, about Southern Eats is we put love into everything we do.
It's good soul food.
We put love into it. You know, we have a lot of problems with, you know, you can't please everybody. So there's not one company you want to get. I don't care who you is. I don't care how big your company is. I don't care how many millions your company making.
Even you,
I
Chick-fil-A.
don't care how A-list your company is. Don't no one do anything perfect. But what I can say
Talk to
for
him.
being in the restaurant industry for years is I watch. I have my employee. I'm hands-on. I could just be at home and just not be involved. I'm hands-on, so my employees is literally in the back peeling sweet potatoes, cleaning fresh collard greens.
They don't know what's going on.
So for all you people out there that want to knock down small businesses with your Google review drama, that you get up there just to complain and say, oh, them greens out the can. Oh, those yams out the can. But I literally got hundreds of invoices with big cases of sweet potato yams that
Come
they
on
have
now.
to peel and go by my recipe. And that's the only thing that's on the recipe. Now, if you want me to do the can, just let me know. We might have
Nah,
to.
we don't want that.
We might have to
We don't want that.
copy Golden Corral because
Nah.
you know everybody love going in there, but they don't complain. They go in Golden Corral and they eat it and walk out the door smiling.
Well,
and
you
you know
know.
most of them vegetables is out the can. I'm not no knocking Golden Corral because I still go to Golden Corral to the day.
To the day.
You know, I go if I need a meal, if I can't get to my restaurant, or I'm a busy businessman, so food is food at the end of the day. When did we start turning into people that oh, we too good to eat out the can, and we too good to do this, and we too
Don't
good to
forget
do
where
that.
you came from now.
But just to make the record clear, I don't know how that happened.
Right.
I just made
He
the
said
record
it got
clear.
personal, didn't you?
Yeah,
Did
I
you
made
feel
the
it?
record clear because there's not many restaurants that even make dressing, cornbread dressing.
Come on.
Southern Eats.
Talk to him.
We were
It's on the
doing
menu.
cornbread dressing from scratch, and I had a gentleman in there that came to tears, and he was literally crying in the restaurant. And one of my servers went over there and asked, "Is everything okay?" They thought something was wrong. Like, man, what did I
just
do
wanna say,
wrong? And come to find out, it reminded him of his grandmother.
Oh, that's love.
Wow.
So he broke down crying, and we was like, "Wow!" Oh, like, and I said, "That's a good story. You done TikTok it? You should TikTok it."
That's
or
the one.
something."
That's
TikTok
on me
it,
right
something.
there.
But you know, we put that dressing on. It's off the menu, but I bring it sometime. You know, it wasn't appreciated. You know, so it ain't on the menu no more.
Like you said, it can't please everybody.
So my question I have is, right, how long has Southern Eats been open?
And where's it located?
Since
2019,
2019,
20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So 5 years.
5 years.
So I
Half a
pulled up a
decade.
stat right here.
Oh,
Around 60% of new restaurants fail within the first year, and almost 80% close before their 5th anniversary. How do you
Ooh.
create a successful restaurant? You've been running for 5 years now. So statistically, you weren't even supposed to make it past the first, but definitely not past the 5th. So what do you do different that has allowed you to build a successful restaurant?
It start from the top.
yeah, give it to him.
From the top, that's me. I'm the top. So the buck stop with me. So if I give up, if I don't want to put anything into having a great business and dealing with the public, then what make you think my employees is going to want to do that? So pretty much it's my passion. I love people. So I have the blueprint in my heart. It ain't about the money to me. I just do what I like to do. I go out and get the most expensive products at Southern Eats at 6407 South Cooper in Arlington.
Come
That's
on.
why
Slight
we
plug.
that's why we buy. We don't get a lot of profit for having
I like
the
how you
good
slipped that in
greens
there.
there. We don't get a lot of profit for having the real yams, but we do it because I wouldn't let anything else go in there. I'm a do that restaurant like I'm gonna have my Thanksgiving dinner with my family at home.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much having the love, pretty much being consistent. You have to have a team. We talked about that earlier.
Come on now. I
A
definitely-
team is
yeah.
very important. You got to have a team, and you got to be consistent, very consistent,
And we said build those relationships with that team.
in building relationships. And we're not just building relationships with our team
With-
and letting them know that we care, because I build relationships and I let my team know that I care. I do like the things that I know a lot of other bigger restaurants don't even do. The bigger restaurant chains, I get people that come and work for me and they like, man, we never got a party bus over there. You know, like, and this is my birthday. You know, I'm spending money on my birthday to spoil my staff, and I just do things to. I actually shut the restaurant down on the Thursday and said, everybody got to get a break. It's my birthday. We're going to celebrate the restaurant. We're going to celebrate me, but we're going to celebrate y'all too while we celebrate me.
I love that.
So pretty much on my birthday, I gave out gift cards of $50 to $100 to every employee. I took every employee to one of my other favorite restaurants, Portillo's out of Chicago.
Come on
You know,
now.
you got to have them
Portillo's.
Italian
Come on
beefs and, you know, those Maxwell's, you know.
Yeah.
So
Need that.
so they never had that here in Texas. So it's new here in Texas. So I took them there, and we was on a party bus pretty much going to all Al V favorite things. That's my nickname, by the way.
LV.
Alv.
Come on,
So
man.
we did all Alv favorite things from, they had ice cream, they had dinner, they had cocktails if they liked, they had virgin drinks, and also, you know, I give inspiration as well. And on top of that, I'll take it a step further, you know, and I just really make sure they know that they appreciate it. You're loved. You part of the family. And that's how you build, and you build success that way, because it take you a long way. I showed you a book, Phaz, and one of my employees gave me this book, and it was a small book, and the words that was in that book was just breathtaking. I just didn't ever think anybody thought some of the words that came within that. It was so creative. And one word was like, you are a very great person, and they need to do a science project on you because you are great. And this is coming from one of my employees that, you know, was going through a lot with her family, with her kids, and she had joy just to come to work, look forward to coming to work just because of the leadership.
Yeah. So creating that environment where, you know what I'm saying, it starts at the top, being that person that's like football. Just
right.
like football. You know what I'm saying? If the quarterback or the captains on the team are just BSing around, they not really working, they not really doing film study, it starts at the top, then it goes down.
Yeah, I also
You know what I mean?
feel like it's like building that culture too.
Building the culture.
Coach
That's
talked
right.
a lot about building that culture. You can tell he's the man who cares about his culture, of his restaurant, how the people feel, you know what I'm saying? And just expressing that love, making sure that, like you said, that environment is what it needs to be to continue to have that success. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely big.
And you've had all this success, right? You started the business, you did the government contract and the vending machines, but I don't even think we hit on.
We didn't hit on my military contract.
We didn't hit on that. We didn't hit on the
And
military
we
contract.
didn't hit on what I'm doing right now that I'm stressed out about.
We didn't hit
but
on that. But no, but even before
it's
that.
still a blessing. But
yeah,
I
even
guess
before that though.
maybe the clothing store.
No, before that. I'm talking about not even something
This
you
man
did.
got everything. Do you hear that?
Everything.
We got shoelaces
talking to
coming.
us-
Got new cupcake coming out next year.
This is a serial entrepreneur we're talking to.
Man.
But I'm talking about
The coffee.
Talk to him,
Look,
show him the coffee.
So this is my own coffee.
You can pour that right in that Unphazed cup. Y'all go get
This
that.
is,
Go get that.
you know, so.
Look, yeah. Go ahead. Go get
You
that.
got this cup here. Don't forget to purchase it
Go ahead. Get that. Get that.
because it is unfazed.
It is unfazed.
That's
Come
what
on,
this
give us an ad.
That is what this moment is for. It's unfazed.
That's a
Come
Kodak.
on.
That's Kodak.
So if you want to get some coffee, you better have the best coffee. And you
Come
have
on
your
now.
Come on.
Southern Eats coffee.
That's look at that. Boom boom.
Oh my
And
God, just like that.
It marries together. You know, this is the Texas maple
Oh,
pecan coffee.
oh my God.
You heard what he
And
said.
I have some VIP customers that love this coffee, and they knock them doors down to come get it.
So if you don't
And
got it, go
don't
get
forget
it.
to get your coffee cup with it.
And you better get it while the getting's good, because the getting's finna be gone.
Yes, sir. The merch is here. The merch is here. The merch is here. Stay unfazed. We got the new shirts. We got the new cups. We got everything. Go to Unphazed Creations. Link in the description. Link in the bio. Go get that, man. Support the family and stay unfazed.
Go get that. I did.
I love bringing people together.
That service.
You know, if you having a bad day, then come on down to Southern Eats. Come on down to Anchor Bar.
Yeah.
We ain't get to that yet, but we'll get on that subject next. I know it's coming, but
You gotta come.
it slipped out. But
Come on.
Whoa, pause.
I do tea, I do coffee, I do herbal teas.
Mm-hmm.
My most popular herbal tea is the, you know, do you know?
No. Hibiscus.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That go hard right there.
I like the
I
good
love the
green,
biscuits.
good green tea. Good green tea.
But-
This stuff is keeping me young,
You
man.
got to.
It's
That's
keeping
why you
me
look
young.
good.
Black don't
It's
crack.
keeping me young.
That's why you look
I
good.
feel good, you know, until I had my little incident in
I was say, where did
Vegas.
the brace just go?
Well, I took the brace off
Well, pop that off,
of my
please.
left leg, you know, because I'm like, man, this thing is irritating me right now, and really I shouldn't have it on all day. But, you know, I got my foot rent over when I was in a business meeting. I was
Really?
at one of my Department of Defense meetings in Las Vegas, and I went to breakfast to my favorite French restaurant. You know, Alv got a lot of favorites. You call me Alv or Al, Big Al, whatever. I have a lot of favorite things in the world. I'm just a worldly person,
Worldly connoisseur.
and I was in that Uber, and I got out that Uber, and I jumped out the Uber, and I thought my ID was sitting in the seat. So before I closed the door, I wasn't all the way out the Uber. I reached down, and I go to get what I thought was my ID, but you know I'm blind, so I didn't know. Well, yeah, that's a whole other subject.
Yeah.
But as I'm coming up, the car just rent my foot over. He didn't even, the Uber
crazy.
driver didn't even let me get out the car. I'm like, wait a minute,
What's
wait
wrong
a
with
minute,
what's wrong
wait
with
a
Uber drivers,
minute.
man?
That's crazy.
Give me a second.
But
So
yeah.
now, to make a long story short,
Yeah.
you know, now, since you want to know about my brace, I've been diagnosed with CRPS. We gonna do a segment about that.
Yeah.
But
I'm about to say, 'cause I don't
if
even
you
know what
don't
that
know what
is.
that means, it's chronic regional pain syndrome. So I deal with that with my foot. I've been dealing with that for going on 2 years now.
This is when the incident occurred.
Yeah. And I'm
Okay.
still dealing with it to today. It's just like one of them things, you go to the doctor, they can't do nothing. The doctor said, you would have been better off getting your foot broke, young man. They should have
That's
just
what they
broken
say.
in half, so we could have just put it back together. But we ain't just finna break it for you. It's just like I was pretty much screwed.
Gotta let it heal on its own. Do you,
So
I was gonna say, do
Go
you
for
feel
it.
like, yeah, because I know you was showcasing the teas and stuff like that, and typically they have health type benefits. Does yours coming with some of them benefactors with the teas and the coffee grounds, or what we?
well, just to give a little education, tea and coffee it's a lot of health benefits to tea and coffee. I'm king on tea and coffee. Don't let these people out here tell you that, oh, coffee is so bad for you. When I grew up, and you should see my father. My father, he's 75 years old.
Come on now.
And every morning I wake up, I smell that pot of coffee every
Good cup
morning.
of
It's just
jelly.
like something that it's just a part of my life. And then when I moved out on my own, I'm like, where'd that aroma go? What happened to the aroma?
Just brew coffee in
So
the
I
morning,
said,
don't even drink
oh, okay, that aroma ain't here no more. Okay,
Bring
I'm
it back.
finna put the aroma here. And I done went so far. I went from Folgers to Starbucks to Dunkin' Donuts
He's trying to figure it out.
to Southern Eats.
Hello,
Come on.
it comes full circle.
And now, you know, I have that aroma on a daily basis. It don't matter. That's king. I start my days with, and this is part of success too, because I wanted to tell you, young man, you know, success is not all about money. It ain't all about, you know, being rich and all that. We all love that. That comes a part of it. But success is when I get up in the morning every day and I look in the mirror and that little goal that I had put down and put on paper, and I said, you know, this is going to be my short goal, my short-term goal. And my short-term goals be like in a day. I'm not going to overwhelm myself. So I do a goal for a day and I'm smiling because I wake up in the morning, because yesterday I completed that goal and I'm like, yes, I completed that goal. That is a success. And then imagine when you go from having that one goal, that small goal that you complete, to all the other ones. So everything else is going to automatically fall behind. You know,
One small goal every day,
every day
consistently with discipline adds up.
with
I don't know
discipline.
why I
Yes,
thought you was gonna give us a
It's-
Neil Armstrong quote.
put the puzzle
No.
together.
One small step, like
And I think the main thing, like, we can't even skip over that. Like, all the things that you're doing, all the success that you've had, and all these type of businesses. You're a serial entrepreneur.
Literally.
But
it's a wild card. He finna do the wild card. He finna hit me with the wild
About to
card.
draw 4.
You're
You're
a serial entrepreneur.
Woo.
But you're legally blind.
Oh, he hit me with it. I felt it.
So what? Like,
I saw it.
So for most people, like, they don't know. Like, what does that mean? Like, you're legally blind.
So blindness is been a part of my life from day one. And if you go to the Southern Eats website, I don't know, we still got that up on the website. I know it was up on the website. You know that blind man owns the restaurant. A lot of people been calling up there. What, a blind man to cook this? Well, tell him to bring his blind ass out here and give me my plate, because this is good. But oh, excuse my French, but you know, a lot of people don't know. So
what is that? He brought the
y'all know what this is?
That ain't a chopstick.
That's a walking stick.
Y'all know what this is?
A walking stick with the
so
blind mice.
So this is my best friend right here. If you don't know what it's called a white cane. And this Alv's white cane, so leave it alone.
It's called a white cane. Why the cane had to be white? Don't play.
I was in Austin, Texas, and I graduated, and a lot of you all don't know about this either. I graduated from a blind school called Chris Cole in Austin on Lamar Street. And it is funny to me every time I look at my cane, because I went through a lot to get my new cane. And, you know, they put us through all these series of teaching us how to live being blind. So I suffer from macular degeneration, just in case no one don't know anything about that. And I was born with it, but I did not know I had macular degeneration until trying to graduate from high school.
Wow.
I just always thought that was the
way.
normal. That was the way.
That's
and crazy. I had to figure it out. So to make a long story short, you know, I got diagnosed with macular degeneration in 1996, and the Michigan State University pretty much did deny the diagnosis, pretty much because I went to every darn eyeglass company that everyone go to, and these people was looking at me like, I'm sorry, we just can't help you. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, what's going on? And they're like, we can't help you. We can't help you. So pretty much they sent me to Michigan State University, and that's when I learned that they said, sir, it's hereditary. You was born with it. And that blew me away. Wow. But I didn't let that stop me either.
You unfazed, and you overcame.
Because you know we unfazed up in here, right?
You feel me?
Unfazed.
You overcame. You persevered. You're a man of just persistence. It sounds like I said, with your serial entrepreneur business and everything like that. It kind of like drives me, like, you would be somebody people would look up to. But to kind of segue that question more towards you, who is somebody that's been inspirational in your life, and you know what I'm saying, how have they impacted you, if they've been somebody motivational to keep you going or anything like that? But
I could just be honest with y'all. I got the perfect question of who's been an inspiration in my life. I started that off at the beginning of this podcast, at the Unphazed podcast.
Church, huh?
And God is the only reason with everything, and that's it right there.
Can't have a better role model than that.
I was starting to take leadership in the church as well. In Grand Rapids, I went to a church called Grace Pentecostal Church of God in Christ.
Come on now, he Kojic now.
That's it.
Come on now,
That's it.
Look, you can't join in. You got to be born in.
Born
in.
in.
Don't know.
See, you know already.
They don't know.
You already know. So I love my church. I love the structure of my church, and you know that I live it. And even with all of, you know, the blindness, it's just a lot of things that people just don't know. I walk the streets every day and do a lot of things that blind, like I'm a unstoppable blind man, because I don't take no for an answer. If it's something that I need, I just have that faith that I'm going to get it done. and that's what I do. I get it done. So why I'm where I am today, you know, all the blessings, the blessings pretty much came and showered down on me from the top of my head to the sole of my feet.
Right.
And they and the blessings is sweeter than a honeycomb. So with that being said, you know, that's one big thing. That's the number one. And all the other things that fall behind that, you know, just being a good person out here in the community, being law-abiding, you know, you got to be good people out here. You know, we out here to be good people. So that's my calling. My calling is to put a smile on your face, all of y'all faces. That's my calling. When you come around me, you know you're going to get a good cup of coffee, a good cup of tea, or a plate.
Come on.
Yes, Mom.
And if you don't get that, you're going to get a good word. I'm good at that. And that just me, or you're going to get a good time. A lot of people like to come in, get a good time, and have a good time, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Can't go.
So what do you feel like?
Time.
What do you feel like has been the hardest part of this journey?
The hardest part of the journey is when things is out of your control. You can want to accomplish a goal, and sometimes with that goal that you want to accomplish, it could be a mountain in a way.
Ain't no mountain.
It could be a mountain just sitting right there, and you just standing behind it, and you trying to figure out how to climb over that mountain. Like, how am I climb over Everest, Mount Everest? Like, what's going on right here? You know?
Yeah.
So, pretty much, I feel like I climb over it. I ain't scared.
No fear.
And I'm willing to take the risks. The worst, the only bad thing that can happen is I fail, but we fail every day at things. I still fail at things. And the worst thing is when you're trying to do something and you got other individuals that's literally know they got the power to stop that or try to delay that. And on that subject, I'm a franchise owner right now of Anchor Bar. I done brought the home of the original Buffalo Wing to Dallas, Texas.
Wait. Before you go there.
He said, I'm gonna just take it there.
No,
right
I
now.
like the white cane. No, so before you go there, I want to stay on that though, because you're talking about fear, right? So I think like for a lot of people, a lot of our listeners are people who want to get to a certain point in their lives. They want to start a business, but they're like, I'm scared. There's that fear there. Or I want to be a professional athlete, but it's like, man, they're scared of their own potential, or like whatever that is in doing things or jumping out of your comfort zone. Fear is such a big thing, and most people are like, okay, it's easier said than done. You got all this money, you got all this.
Yeah, so fear is human nature. We're all human at the end of the day. So it don't matter who we are. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how poor you is. You're going to fear. So the thing is, do your research, take your time, and don't throw all your eggs in one basket. Because I wanted to be an astronaut, but guess what? I guess that
Put
egg
that on the menu.
that egg then flopped in that basket, you know. So I had to continue to do a lot of other things. And I could tell y'all something else. I wanted to be a police officer. And back in the day when I was going to college to Grand Rapids Community College in Grand Rapids, Michigan, I was really just not accepting that I was blind. And I passed everything else. I was like the tier #1 student in the class. And my grades were just great. And they said I was in my criminology class, and I was like, so I made it, right? I'm all happy. I'm like, I'm finna be a police officer. I'm finna help the community. And guess what they said? They said, we apologize, but you had one of the criterias is you had to be 20/20 vision.
Wow.
I didn't put all that work into that. I went to college and got all them skills, got all, good grades, did this, did that, and here we go. Oh, you supposed to be 2020, so that was a mountain that was in my way.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a mountain I had to knock down. So I'm like, man, that really shattered me. And I was like, well, fine, I just go be a correctional officer then,
Mm-hmm.
so I tried to do that. And then I just got discouraged and went out, and the roadmap was something really different.
Mm-hmm.
Because in reality, I shouldn't be trying to be a cop.
Yeah.
Because, I'm disabled. I'm blind. I'm legally blind.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that look? You got a blind cop running around here trying to help everybody.
Like a blind pilot.
So, but I still feel till today with the technology that I have, I'll be the best one.
Yeah.
So pretty much it was other things planned for me, and I didn't see that at that time.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
And as time went by, the roadmap was already planned, and it just worked out, because that just wasn't the roadmap. That wasn't the way he wanted me to go.
That's not.
He wanted me to go the other way.
Yeah.
So I went the way that the Lord wanted me to go.
Mm.
Nice. I like how you keep bringing it back to that most important aspect, I feel like, about yourself, which is religion. And one thing I'll say, just stemming back to what you said in the beginning, is, fearing is natural. It's human nature. But if you are going to be fearing, be God-fearing.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I will leave y'all with is always be God-fearing, because greater is he that's in me than he is of the world. My mom used to tell me that all the time.
That's right.
So greater is he that's in me that's of the world. Whatever God has mapped out for me and whatever's on his agenda, on his plan for me, is going to happen. So,
Right.
if I'm going to fear anything, I'm going to fear, him, because he's almighty, he's all powerful.
Yes, he is.
What he has for me is for me, and can't nobody change that. So
That's right.
you got to keep that faith, even if it's in the grain of a mustard seed. So
That's right.
we can do that all day, quoting the Bible. That's where you get some of the most motivational. And so I love that your motivation and your inspiration and everything stems from your religious, background, just because I can identify with it, I can relate to it, and it is something that motivates and pushes us every day. So I commend that for sure.
I appreciate that, and just think of it like what you said about the mustard seed, and I'm just give an analogy, because some people might not even know what a mustard seed is.
Come on.
So I'm just giving an analogy, because sometimes I like to say things in layman's terms, because I deal with a lot of people, a lot of staff, a lot of, in the employment world, people who I give employment to, and sometimes people just don't know. So my lamest terms for today is going to be a grain of salt,
Yeah,
a grain of sugar,
just
so
a small.
a grain of coffee.
Grain of sand.
So there you go. So when I meant by knocking that mountain down is because I know it fell down. It didn't fall down, it blew up, because a blind man got over it. And I say that I won at the end of the day is because I thought that was my route, but really sometimes we will be trying to do a goal, and if you got something hindering you that way, really that's truly not the goal for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it just took some time for me to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice a lot of things to get to the next level, to where I am today, and I did exactly that.
Yeah, and that's a great point too, because even off of that, they say to get over, if you have this big mountain, if you have this big challenge or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, that you're trying to get over in your life. So how do you climb that mountain? You climb it one step at a time.
Good job.
1 foot at a time.
That's right.
All you can do is put 1 foot in front of the other. If you're
And-
worried
and
about
what
the
I
whole
say-
entire mountain, then you get fear, you get scared, you want to try different things or divert to something else. But if you have this big challenge and you truly love it, and you got to that mountain, you walked all the way up to Mount Everest, now you're looking at it, just take 1 step at a time.
That's right. And even when you do get over the mountain, that don't mean that your life is perfect,
Mm-hmm.
because life it's going to always revolve. It's going to revolve every day. You can do big accomplishments. You can get to the NBA. You can get to the NFL. You could be the next big rapper. But life is still going to revolve within those things as well. So it will still be challenges that's going to come your way even after all that is said and done. Mm-hmm. So the reason that I say what about success, because it comes more than just, okay, I done did this, I done did that. It goes down deeper. Success is love. Success is, waking up in the morning and having your health. And I'm real big on that. That's why I got this coffee and this tea over here. That my health is my greatest wealth at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. I love it more than, I love this body more than just, because you got to take care of yourself. We don't take care of ourselves these days. You got to be mindful of just a lot of things that's out here available. That don't mean that's it because it's available, you got to put it in your mouth or whatever. So your health is one of them. Love is one of them. Happiness is one of them. Joy is one of them. When you have all that stuff, and I know that is sort of, I'm not trying to make it like all of those things going to be perfect. Yeah. Because it struggles and little things within that. But long as you getting up every day and you put the time in to make these things good and to make somebody smile today or to give somebody some advice today, all that good stuff play a role in it. And that's success to me.
Yeah, but what motivates you?
What motivates me?
What motivates you? Because you talking like, and people are like, for just the people here, it's like, man, you got this, you're successful, you're happy, you're bringing joy to people, you're making plates, you're doing all this, and it's so happy over here. But what motivates you?
Well, what motivates me is I'm always motivated because I get energy when I see people happy.
Yes, that's the hospitality way of life.
So when I see people happy and I'm dealing with good employees and I'm dealing with good customers, then Al is happy.
You get gratification for somebody else's satisfaction.
That's right.
Like, I know exactly how that feels. Like, just being somebody who's been in the service industry since I've started. Because hospitality is more than just, and that's what I had to learn going to college. Hospitality is more than just, like food. I thought hospitality was like food and hotel, but hospitality is just the service you provide to other people.
That's right.
Like, and just being in that industry from, I'm talking about Payless shoes all the way up to hotel industry or whatever, I've always been dealing with people. And one thing I noticed about myself is I love the way, like, I get gratification.
I love that. I like it.
Look,
I like
satisfaction
it.
and gratification. I mix it together, but I get that feeling when I do that little thing that it's small to me, but for whatever reason that meant the most to that person. And I'm like, man, like, that make you want to do more and it make you want to keep coming in. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. You know what I'm saying? And keep doing it over and over and over and over. So, like, I love this industry just for that alone, because it allows you to travel through other people, allows you to network with people, and allows you to understand how people think, how they move, and it just makes you a better person within. So, like you said, wealth, for me, wealth is not just money alone, but that, you know what I'm saying, that brings me joy, and the more that happiness, I'm like, okay. It keeps you going. So
that's right.
I definitely like, that's one reason why I like the hospitality industry for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And now you've taken it over even to a different endeavor. I want to talk about Anchor Bar.
I like that word.
A different endeavor over to Anchor Bar, home of the original Buffalo wing. Originated in Buffalo, New York.
That's right.
But for the people that don't know that, we could talk about that all day a little bit, but why that? Why do you go from soul food to now wings?
I love wings all my life.
Come on. Yeah.
Like,
so a lot of what you're doing is just, I like it. I love
Exactly.
it. I love to cook.
Now you're getting on.
So I
it.
opened a restaurant. I
That's
love
it.
wings. So let's do
That's
wings.
it.
I love
So-
soul food.
So, pretty much, y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
What it say?
Celebrate diversity.
baby.
All right. So, my diversity is in food too.
Mm.
Ooh.
So, just because I'm Al, don't mean I have to do collard greens and all the soul food stuff all the time. And that's I love that, you
Yeah.
know. But I also love my wings.
Mm-hmm.
I love
a good
them.
wing.
So when I was trying to elevate, that'd be my best word, to elevate, pretty much I was going to partner with 3 other different big national chains that's out here in Dallas that I was looking into. I looked into Pluckers, I looked into Walk-Ons, I looked into Twin Peaks, I looked into Boomer Jacks, just to be a few. I ain't gonna go into all of them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, they just taking a long time to be transparent with me. Like, I just was not getting the answers that I wanted in enough time. I wouldn't get my responses in enough time because I already knew. I said, it's time to take this thing to other level, and it's time to get a good team that got a blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
So getting a team with a blueprint, I decided that I would franchise. I'm like, people been franchising for years. I mean, we got McDonald's, we got Burger King, we got Wendy's, we got Smoothie King, we have, I could just continue. I'm gonna stop on that because it'd be
Go
midnight
ahead.
and I'll be
That boy diverse for real in the food.
I'll
game.
be still talking.
But I guess one of the things that I want to highlight what you said, just so the people know, you chose a franchise because you already have your own thing. You have Southern Eats, you have all that, but you're like, okay, how about we try something that there's a blueprint already made for it.
That's
so that's
right.
the benefit of starting a franchise.
That's right.
Okay.
And pretty much a franchise has a blueprint that works.
Yep.
And I didn't want to just do the next big thing. I wanted to partner with
The big thing.
the
Right,
big
push-
thing,
help
and pretty
push
much the
somebody else's
anchor
dream.
bar is the big thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I'm like, okay, I'm looking into Buffalo Wild Wings. Okay, Buffalo Wild Wings anchor bar. Anchor bar created the wing back in 1930s. Started Anchor Bar back in 1964. Our good old Teresa and Frank and the founders.
Mm-hmm.
And I just dove into studying this thing and studying what they was doing when everybody came into our main street location in Buffalo, New York, and created that wing like that. It just really inspired me. I'm like, man, that is so great. That's a great story. And I picture me in there, even though I didn't even exist back then, but I just picture me coming to the restaurant and somebody creating a wing, and I'm sitting there trying and
Trying for the
like,
first
wow,
time.
this is great.
Yeah.
We want some more. I want to come back
That
for more and more
nostalgia
and more.
feeling.
So I met the CEO, and it was just like when you do some things and it's just the right
It just feel
thing
right.
to do. It
Yeah.
feel
You
right.
met the CEO of Anchor Bar?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So, which is a great friend of mine today. That Mark is a great friend of mine, and I learn a lot from him, and we just have great, genuine conversations, and we stick to the business, and
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, if I need to tell him, man, just anything as a brother,
Yeah.
I can call him, and he know he's my brother, I'm his brother, and
Yeah.
we just got that family love. So to be
Yeah.
able to join something and have that was the part that really was big for me
Mm-hmm.
to make my decision, because I could have went with other companies, but to join the Anchor Bar family, it just felt right, and I knew I was at the right place, so I pulled the trigger, and now we have Anchor Bar that's opening up in the next 2 weeks here in Arlington, Texas, around the corner from the Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
I love that.
So if you want to try the original buffalo wing,
come on down.
It's a really big deal. This is a really big deal. I mean, The Simpsons already been there. You'll see that content when you get there. But The Simpsons been there to eat, if y'all know about The Simpsons cartoon. And plenty more. I'm not going to say all of the celebrities and all the NFL players and politicians, but the list goes on, and Anchor Bar is a major hub. And
so yeah.
And go ahead, Mark.
I'm about to say, like, so I like how, you know what I'm saying, this is a great question I wanted to ask you in regards to you getting ready to open up the next Anchor Bar, so you got things moving. When thinking about the future, what are you most excited to achieve? Like what's up and coming? What's next? What do you like? I know aside from Anchor Bar, because I know you got that broom, but is there anything else you either want to work on, you planning on?
Well, I could just cut to that real quick for you. Pretty much what I'm going to achieve is I had a government contract that I and a lot of you don't know this, but I was feeding the military at the Fort Worth Naval Air Station.
Wow.
So that was, very huge for me.
Talk about feeding people. Those are some important people to feed.
There. Hey, that's what I do.
People that's protecting our country.
That's right. So a shout out to the troops.
Yes.
I'm very passionate about our troops. It just does something to me. The funny thing is, we talking about this now because I slept here in my movie room that we're here in, and I literally, that's just my thing. I'm just always on the television, and I don't look at a lot of things, and I go into watching how they're eating and just looking at videos on YouTube. Like, I was on the YouTube watching how our troops, our Navy is in the submarines, and how we have to provide food for them on all these big ships, all our big super ship carriers that, and I'm like, this thing gets, I was educating myself.
Yeah.
And that's because I'm very passionate about that. And, so that's my next big thing is I'm going to include and finish my goal with feeding the military.
Okay.
Wow.
And that's the next thing, and we'll just see whatever happens from there. But it's more things to come, and that's just something that will fulfill, because really it connects to what I wanted to do when I was younger. I couldn't be a police officer, right? But once I got my contract at the Earl Cabell Federal Building, to just be able to be down there feeding the Department of Defense, Department of Justice, the all of the jury duty people, and doing all that gave me joy.
Man, I love that you're a full circle guy.
Yes.
Hearing everything you've been talking about all day, like from you couldn't do the police officer, now you didn't brought it full circle and went to serving the troops. Then you what was I gonna say? Like you I done lost
chef, bringing the food to the people.
Yeah, like it's just the original buffalo wing, like that's something you started, but you like there's wings like you were saying, but you went back to the beginning, the original, bringing everything. I was like everything coming full circle, like something relate back to something, and he just bringing it full 360. So
and even getting a little messy.
Oh yeah, cause
wait. I'm about to get messy. You're not about to get messy. I'm about to get messy.
Get messy.
I want to talk about, I know me and you have these conversations all the time. You were talking about Anchor Bar. You were talking about Mr. Mark, right? But I think one of the big things we talked about you being blind. But I think one thing, I think it'd be bad for us not to bring this up, but you're black.
Yes,
you're a black entrepreneur in America. And as far as franchises, as far as
black
building yourself up, building success, all these different things, like being black and doing that is tough in itself. So I want to talk about some of the struggles that you've been through or you've seen just getting to the success you have just being black. And specifically, I was thinking about this because of the franchise. Because with franchises, you have to, I don't know if every franchise is, but you meet people, the highest people in that company. You met the CEO in that company. So are you the first black franchise owner of Anchor Bar?
I would just tell you a yes.
Exactly. So it's like, yeah, I think that's just a crazy thing to me. Like, being the first black person to do something, or being the first.
It's inspirational to me.
You know what I mean? It's inspirational.
You know,
it's crazy.
just
Well,
looking at it.
Because there are still a lot of struggles.
The story, it seemed like it's continuing to be the trend, because I was bombarded with this same type of question when I took over my federal building contract, and you know, it just went from there. You know, so just like it's the trend, but the thing is, in my heart, I don't look. I know what I am, and I love who I am. I'm a proud African American black man.
Come on now, stand up.
Pretty much, I started diversity back in Grand Rapids, Michigan, in elementary school.
What do you mean started diversity?
Well, that's when I was being educated.
Like educated on it. Okay, gotcha.
Pretty much. So pretty much at my elementary school, you know, my best friend was Brian Munger. You know, shout out to Brian Munger. You know, he was my ally. We used to, you know, like have that little joke, and we used to say ally. We used to do our little joke back in the day, and we was allies. You know, like we like
no matter if you black or
my
white.
country, his country, like we got his army and my army, but we're allies.
Yeah.
So we were best friends, you know, and my best friend was white, and it just I really don't look at that. I look at people the same, and that's just my mental. I don't.
And I know you do, but
yeah,
what about
you know,
as
I
far
do,
as
but as
other
far
people?
as other people,
Like, what have been the struggles?
there is a
that
lot
you've
of
dealt with?
struggles.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Well, yeah, there is a lot of struggles that still goes on to today. That's why
Gotcha.
I
Come
got my
on,
cup.
for the third time. Come on, show us.
We
Maybe
need
I
to have
better
him
drink
picking up the
something out of
face
it.
cup. This is that
Celebrate
boy
diversity.
got that diversity cup on lock.
Okay. So
Struggles of a black entrepreneur.
yeah, those struggles are pretty deep. I could say it's a lot more that can be done in America. We have to pretty much we got to figure out the Da Vinci Code is what I'm gonna say, because of the simple fact that I struggle with just finding, even with property, it just get deep as far as, you know, when you're trying to get a business and you qualify for the business, you know, you got perfect credit, you got perfect financials, you have perfect everything, but it's all these excuses that these big corporate companies come up with of, oh, the new thing that's going on out here is, oh, you got to be a national corporate person to rent this space out. Like, I looked at the mall. I'm going to be honest, this is an example, and then I'm going to move on from this. So I looked at North Park Mall, because I shop there. You know, I give North Park a lot of money. So I'm like, you know, they just opened up Joey's restaurant here, and I want to support that too. They have several other restaurants. I'm not going to get into the names, but I looked into that for my Anchor Bar, and I didn't get a call back, so I harassed them like, hey, could I have that same opportunity that, you know, these other companies, because I'm with a national company.
Yeah.
You're saying national, but we're national. We Anchor Bar, just shout out to Anchor Bar. We opened up in Chicago. We opened up close to Atlanta in Kennesaw, Georgia.
Come on now.
We opened
North
in,
Jordan.
we just opened up in Virginia.
Wow.
Leesburg, Virginia. We opened up in Myrtle Beach. Shout out to Myrtle Beach. They doing pretty good out there. And let's not forget about Texas. Like y'all. I know this the first one in DFW, but Anchor Bar is doing big things in Round Rock, close to Austin, and it's 2 other Anchor Bars in San Antonio, and one is finna open up in about a couple weeks in College Station.
Okay.
So to make a long story short is, you know, I deserve to have a prime location, but God blessed me with one because, you know, we buy all the stadium, but I looked at a whole lot of other things, and that was just a big struggle to me. And I just felt that if, you know, I was a little different, you know, that I probably would have got the location.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these locations, I'm driving by them and they're still empty.
Yeah.
So I could have been giving you that
like
high volume rent because you're putting a label on it, but the rent is still the same. I could afford the rent that the restaurant didn't make it could afford. You had your little steakhouse like in Frisco. I looked at some places there, and some places just didn't make it. But I could afford to pay the rent there just like the next businessman. So I really, you know, that to me, that those type of things need to be fixed. We need help in that department.
Yeah, I heard North Park's like one of the this is like some things I've heard working at another mall that North Park very nitpicky. They're very picky about who they're gonna have, like what type of attraction, what type of crowd is gonna attract and things of that sort. Because they didn't move like places like the lower end stores that I like to shop at, like H&M, Forever 21, and Foot Locker. They put them out, like ended their contracts because they said they wanted to appeal to a more expensive clientele. So it was just crazy to hear that. So I'm like, but I feel like that door, like we talk about right opportunity and things just feeling right. I feel like although that's something that you wanted, like you said, you're God-fearing man. God put you exactly where you needed to be because
yes, He did.
That is a perfect location. I feel like down there in that area, wings and football and wings and sports in general go hand in hand. So I think he did one better for you, put you one step up. Okay, I can't have this one. It's okay, cool, because I got this one now, and it's doing way better than I feel like it could have been doing there. So you know what I'm saying, I applaud you there too as well. So
awesome.
just kind of being happy, you know what I'm saying, appreciate for the opportunities that are arisen for you. So
and we're gonna wrap it up here, but what else as this millionaire man, entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur, what else do you do? Let the people know what you got coming next outside of all the business and stuff. Like, what are you doing for fun? Hobbies. I know we talked about you starting your own show. Talked about everything else you want to do. Because you're a personality.
Come on now.
But the people need to see that. The people need to see more of you. You know what I mean? They want. I think a lot of people, like we talked about, like HGTV or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like starting something where you can, you know what I'm saying, people can see behind the scenes what you're doing. And starting the Anchor Bar, starting Southern Roots, all those struggles, man. I think it'll be crazy to see that.
It's a lot. I have to get this new podcast going.
You got a name yet?
We working with some names.
The LV show,
probably the LV Experience.
Okay. LVXP.
That's right. So remember all that, okay?
It's saved forever.
But it's just so much.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much. You know, I got good content on a regular basis. It's something I'm going through, and the things that I go through, I would love to have that content start coming out because it's going to help somebody. Because it will help you not go through what I just went through.
Exactly.
You know, so like I said, you could be all the way up. You can hit your goals, but it's still going to be things that you're going to deal with regardless of what it is you're doing. Because, I mean, just dealing with getting this restaurant open, it's probably about one of the worst experiences I ever had to get Anchor Bar open, as far as dealing with general contractors. So know your contractors. I'm telling y'all that now. Make sure you have your people lined up. And it start from your architecture to your general contractor and And you better even know who them plumbers and them electricians is too.
Down
Everybody
from
on
the
them
rooter to the tutor.
MVPs list.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm going to tell you, I don't know what the reason why this construction process has turned out the way it's been, but I tossed and turned for, oh Lordy, it's been a long time. I'm not going to even give the timeline. It's been pretty stressful. It's been stressful. And the thing is, this is why I was trying to tell you, sometimes you might know your thing, but sometimes it could be who's involved in that team. And these people got involved with my team, and I didn't know them people. You know, so I had no control. And every department of everything I just said failed, and I had to come back and try to get it all cleaned up. And still cleaning up 2 more items at this point. And we have a lot of people upset. We have a lot of people waiting. We have hundreds of employees that's ready to start work. They need to feed their families. I'm trying to make that happen for them. But unfortunately, you know, dealing with the struggles that we're going through for a lot of bad things that happen with these crooked contractors, general contractors.
Yeah.
You know, we're taking a bullet on that right now. So we fall down, but we do get up again.
Hello.
And you better believe it. So we might be down now. We might not be open now, but we will be open in the next couple weeks.
Come on.
I'm gonna say probably
Walk by faith, not by sight.
the beginning of next week. I'm gonna have faith and say we will be open.
Come on.
So
you know what that means? That means y'all better go check out Anchor
Come on
Bar, Arlington, Texas. Go to Southern Eats, Arlington, Texas. This is Unphazed, and we're here with the
Unphazed.
ultra successful serial entrepreneur
Profitable
Alvertis
playmaker.
McClurge.
Come on now.
Unphazed.
The LV show. Look out for the LV experience.
And the LV experience is coming y'all way pretty soon.
Yes, sir.
And what I'm gonna let y'all know is, at the end of the day, I'm unfazed.
I'm unphased. Let me get a stay unphased on
Unphased.
3. 1, 2, 3. Stay
Unphased.
unphased. I said stay unphased. Stay unphased on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Stay unphased.
Can we all do it at the same time the right way? 1, 2, 3.
Stay
unphased.
unphased.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
I'm unfazed, I'm unfazed, yeah, I'm unfazed, I'm unfazed, yeah, I'm unfazed, I'm unfazed, yeah, finna stack this paper, I'm unfazed.
What's up to all the profitable playmakers out there? If you like talking about all the financial literacy stuff, you're going to love this podcast that we did on why people stay broke. Did you just fart again?